yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know all my struggles. You know what.
All right, Ryan, so I got to ask you, we're here at the World Series. You had the opportunity to actually win a World Series. Can you talk about that experience as a player and just what would you give advice to some of these guys that who have never experienced this?
Yeah, I think, the biggest thing was you just learn a lot about each other, and then you get to this point and there's nobody you'd want to fight harder for than those guys in that dugout. You become family members and you're trying to accomplish the ultimate goal and just enjoy the moment, breathe a little,
yes.
Slow it down a little bit because you might think you're going to get there again. You never know when this might be your only time. So just take a look around and take it all in just for a split second. I know I did, and it was the greatest thing I ever did.
I love it, man. So I got to ask you on the spot, you've been a pitcher. If you did a Mount Rushmore, 4 pitchers.
Yeah.
Who will be the 4 that you put on the mountaintop?
Nolan Ryan.
Okay.
He's on there. That's my guy. That's my idol. Sandy Koufax.
Okay.
Greg Maddux.
Okay.
And I'm just going, I know we could go way old school, but I'm going to go with Roger Clemens.
Nasty.
Those 4 right
nasty,
there.
Nasty. I like that. Just talk about this Rangers team real quick. You as a former player and now an analyst, just being able to watch the game from a different perspective. Did you think that this team would be this good?
I did. Chris Young did an amazing job putting together an incredible roster. They got a great combination of youth and experience. Mm-hmm. They got Bruce Bochy as the captain of the ship. They got great coaching staff. They got a lineup 1 through 9 that can take you over the fence if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
They got a great pitching staff. And they got baseball players. And I know it's baseball, but some guys are just power hitters. Some guys, maybe they do this, they do that. These guys can do it all. They can steal bases if you need them to. They're dynamic. So, I had a lot of faith in this team from the beginning of the year, and I'm not surprised at all that they're in the World Series.
I love it. 2 more questions. So you talked about all these great pitchers. I got to ask you, if you could take any pitch from a pitcher that you didn't have in your repertoire, what pitch would you like to have?
If I could take any pitch, I would take a right-handed Sandy Koufax curveball.
Woo.
I know that thing. People talk to you could hear the spin from the stands.
Wow.
How tight that thing could be going. But I think ultimately, if I could have one pitch, I would take that Greg Maddux changeup.
Yeah.
Because that guy with that body and that arm only throwing 88 miles an hour, yet he carved up major league hitters. He didn't look like this Greek god standing on the mound, but he sure did pitch like one.
I love it. You've been a great player during your time. I got to ask you this, man. We got to fast forward to this generation. Did you ever think that in baseball we would see a Shohei Ohtani, a guy that can hit and pitch? Because I know you grinded your whole life just to be the greatest pitcher possible that you could be. But the fact there's a guy now that's possibly going to hit 40 home runs and he can win you 15 to 16 games a year. For you as a former player, how does that make you feel?
I played with one.
Okay.
Carlos Zambrano.
Yes, Cubs, yeah.
If you look at what he did with the bat, I remember he got 8 straight hits and 8 straight at-bats. I watched him hit home runs off of some really good pitchers. I saw him do damage. One time during batting practice, I saw him hit a home run from the left side during BP, straightaway center field in the upper deck, into the top row of the bleachers in center field.
Wow.
Okay, and then turn around on the next pitch from the right side and hit one in the same spot.
Oh.
He was a unicorn. He just was never given that opportunity because that's not how the game was run. But I remember leaning on the cage one time and I looked at one of my teammates, and I said, if he got 500 at-bats, I bet you Z would hit 40 homers. So I'm glad that it's finally happening, and Shohei Ohtani's bringing that to everybody's attention now that it is possible to do both.
Well, I must say, man, this is a great interview, Ryan. As a fan of the sport, I'm not going to say when I grew up because I was actually a young adult when I watched you play. It's a pleasure to meet a World Series champion talk to you, man. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.